So in this session I hope to replicate the spreadsheet that we have on the sheet here. Firstly, we go into menu and we can press the spreadsheet button. Just press the number 4. And I'd like first of all to name the spreadsheet. It's the first job, it's called Spreadsheet A. And to do that we press F1, File, F1 again, New, and it's already set up with the alpha key, so we just press the key for the A, press Execute, and we've named the spreadsheet. That's the first job. In column A, the second job, I'd like a list of the numbers 1. Now to do that I need to press the Edit button and then to go to F6 for more menus, and I need to press Fill. Simply, not much of a formula here. I need to tell it that in each of those cells, which I'll adjust that range in a minute, I need to put each cell equal to. So to do that I press Shift equals. Notice you'll use that quite a lot. Shift equals. And like any spreadsheet you need to put equals for the formula. Our formula is the number 1. Press Execute. I'll move the arrow button along. I'll turn that into a 10 and I press Execute again. Press Execute now and it's filled the first column down as far as the number 10 with the number 1. Okay, the second job done. The third job, slightly different formula. We need the counting numbers. If we're to do that, that's a sequence, and to do it we're best at this point press Options to get to the previous options on the menu. I need to press exit there. Actually I need this button again, Edit, so it's F2 and this time F5. You remember a minute ago we went to F6 to get a different menu. At this point we press the F2 button, so we can now press the F5 button, which is a sequence. The formula I need here is that the variable X has 1 added to it. Variables X, it's actually the second thing you put down. We need to start on a 0, because the first one will be 0 plus 1. So we need to end on 9, which will be 9 plus 1 to make 10, and it will go up incrementally by 1 each time. And the first cell will be B1. Let's execute that, and we now have the counting numbers in the second column. And of course, very like an ordinary spreadsheet, we now need to be able to use formulas on it. That's our third job. We now perhaps could ask it to calculate the squares, so that would be column B, and in this first case of course it would be B1 squared, and we'd like each of the entries in column B to be squared and placed in column C. There's a number of things that, obviously a very short introduction to this. At this point we could say, if we wanted, we could go back to the Shift equals button and just go through the process of putting it in one cell. So notice it opens up these options for us. The grab button, if we use that one, allows you to go around the screen. It's setting up where you might take the, using the arrows, where you might go with that. So I've put my arrow over that cell and I'm in the grab function, so I press Execute and it grabs me the entry in B1, and of course I want to square that, so I press Squared and press Execute, and it's squared the entry in B1 and put it in column C. Of course we'd like to do that with the whole column, so repetition here. We go back to Edit, and this time we do go to F6, where we'll go back to the Fill function, and of course the formula that we wish to put in is going to be the entry in B1, and it's a formula, so again you need to press Shift equals, and it will be B. We need to actually press the alpha key to get the B, and then we press the number 1, and we need to square it. And we need that entry to be placed in C2. But of course we'd like it to carry on and repeat that process and go all the way up to C10. So we would have the squares of all those first 10 numbers. Press execute, and we've then got, in this function, b1 squared. In here we've got b2 squared. So it's actually taking the entry here and squaring it, taking the entry here and squaring it, and of course that's not what I want. So I need to go back out, I need to edit it, I need to go back into this function, into the fill function. I'll change my formula now. The formula should be shift equals and edit b2. I need to square that, and I need to make sure that that goes as far as C10. Press execute, and now we have the squares in column C of all the numbers in column B. That's a basic introduction to using the spreadsheet function.